Are you ready to do some yoga? This is kids yoga. So this is for any kids out there. If you're an adult, you're probably going to enjoy something a little bit more quiet and less silly. So just for kids. Please, if you are going to do yoga, please make sure that you check my website, check that you have got everything covered so that if your body has got different things going on, that you can keep safe, that you can adapt it so it feels good, and so that you can be happy. And also, if you want to, you can subscribe. There's a little funny bell there, but you're going to hear all sorts of boring videos for adults, so you probably don't want to do that. We're going to start by warming ourselves up. And to warm ourselves up today, we are going to pretend to be little horses. Are you ready? Can you get your little horsey clip-clop hooves going? And can you then start to come into a trot? Go trot around your room. And then can you leap around your room? Can you make great big leaps without bumping any of your furniture or any people? So important. Couple more really big leaps. And then can you bring yourself to nice and steady and standing? We're going to do our yoga warm-up now. Just give yourself a little bit of a wobble, a little bit of a shuggle. If you've still got lots of beans in there, do just give them a shake out so that you're ready to do a little bit of yoga. I'm going to move this so you can see all of me, as boring as that may be. Right, are you ready? You're going to bring your hands out to the side. You're going to start to take your hands up and overhead. Can you tickle up towards the ceiling? Can you come right the way up onto your toes? And then can you take a big yawny breath out? Oh, just a big soft easy breath. Same thing. Can you tickle your fingers all the way up to the clouds? Tickle underneath the cloud. Oh, stretch out. And then yawny breath out. Relax a little bit. Now, we're going to do a little warm-up sequence, so bring your feet to just comfortable distance apart, not touching, not wide. So just kind of neutral. Bring your hands up and overhead, a little stretch out. Bend through your knees, take your feet onto the floor. Give your head a little shuggle, lift up through your hips. Bend through your knees, stretch your hands all the way up towards the ceiling and back down again. So do just make sure you've got space around you, so we're not going to bump any people or any TVs or furniture or beautiful ornaments. We're going to be really respectful, aren't we? Hands are going to come up and overhead, stretch up all the way out and down, bend through your knees. And then this time, hands are on the floor, step one foot then the other foot, come into dog pose. So you've got your hips lifted up, stretch up through your tail, and then stretch one foot and other foot back toward your hands. Hands come wide and up, stretch all the way up to standing and back to hands down. We're going to do that with our hands coming to our heart now. We're going to do an extra bit if you want to. Stretch your hands up and overhead, bend through your knees, fold forwards, take your hands onto the floor or onto your legs. Have a little shuggle, a little release through your head. Take your hands down onto the floor so they're steady. Step your feet back and into dog pose. Please make sure that you're not slipping at all. Use a mat if you've got one. So from lifting your tail up towards the ceiling, can you lift up through your heels and start to peel yourself forward so your weight comes into your hands and then your hips can come down. This is called up dog. You can have a little howl if you want here. Howl. And then up through your hips, lift them all the way up towards the ceiling. Sink down through the heels. Now we're going to walk our hands in towards our feet in towards our hands again. So you can step one foot, then the other foot in towards your hands, bend through your knees, stretch up and overhead, all the way up towards the ceiling, and hands come back to your heart. Super. We're going to do that 2 more times on each time if you've got the energy. If you've not, I think you should have. If you're a proper kid, you're going to have loads of energy, aren't you? But go softly. Go softly if you need to. Stretch up, bend your knees, hands are on the floor, shuggle your head a bit. Step your feet back to come into dog pose, so you lift up towards the ceiling. And then slide your weight forwards into your hands, your hips come down, your chest gently opens. Take a big breath in. Lovely. And then press into your hands, lift up with your hips to come into dog pose. And then step your feet in towards your hands, fold forwards, and then stretch up all the way up to your fingertips in the sky and back to your heart. Last time coming up, you ready? Inhaling up, exhaling, fold forward, soften down, release the head, step your feet back and into dog pose, lift up with the hips so we get that lovely feeling of a light tailbone. Give your tail a little wag if you want. And then bring your weight forward into your hands to let your hips come down towards the floor, soften wide with the shoulders. And then lift up with the hips again, stretch up towards the ceiling, step your feet towards your hands, fold forwards, bend through your knees, stretch all the way up and overhead, and hands come to your heart. Good job, I think you're definitely woken up now. Maybe you're a little bit calmer, maybe not. We are going to come onto the floor now. So we have done a little bit of wakening our body up. We're going to do a little bit more for the spine. So you can't see with this great big floppy t-shirt on, so let's just give that a little, pop that away for a minute. You're going to stretch up through the back of your body, release your head down, and then inhaling, make space. Look up. So this is our little pussycat, where if you want to, you can start to go meow. So this is our angry pussycat as the back of the waist lifts up, and then the pussycat looks up and goes meow. Maybe they'd like some milk or something to drink. So just go back and forth a couple of times. If you make a noise, make sure it doesn't scare anyone too much. Because I know how scary you can all be. My goodness. And then we're going to come onto our backs now. So can you bring yourself to lying onto your back? Your knees are going to be bent up and we're going to come up into bridge pose. So bridge pose is one where we press through our feet and we lift our hips up. Now what I've not said is that if you want to go and get a toy, we can have a little bit of fun with a toy now. So I've got a monkey just in here. This is my monkey and he sometimes comes to relaxation, but he's going to come and do a little bit of work in bridge pose. So he's going to sit right beside me. So go, run away, grab your toy, pause the video, and then come back when you're ready, if you want one. The cars are quite good fun for this. I'm not sure monkey's going to be small enough, but we'll see. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into bridge pose. That means that we first of all soften your shoulders down so they feel relaxed and your chest feels gently open. You've got your knees bent up and your hips are nice and steady on the floor. And can you see my feet are close in, but they're not. If they're very, very close in, it makes it a wee bit trickier. So just bring them in a comfortable distance from your bottom. And then your hands are going to rest onto the floor. You're going to press through your feet and you're going to lift your hips up. So this is bridge pose. So you can see that I've got a big space underneath my hips now. And my body has become the bridge. And I need really nice, strong legs and feet so that my bridge stays up. And I need to stay really well grounded down through my shoulders so that my bridge is really happy. So then bring your hips back down, settle them onto the floor. And what we're going to do now is we're going to come into bridge pose. We're going to have our hands out by the side again. But at this point, your toy might want to go for a little journey underneath the bridge. So press down through your feet, lift up through your hips, spread down through the shoulders. And then from here, you're going to get your toy if you want to, and they can just go for a little journey underneath the bridge. See if you can post it to the other side. And whee! Monkey made it! Monkey's going to come all the way back. He's going to go underneath the bridge. This time he's swimming in the sea. Not the sea, he's swimming in a river underneath the bridge. And yay! He's made it again! Monkey's going to have a little sit down. Bring your hips down, settle them onto the floor. Take an easy breath out. Now the other thing that can happen in bridge pose is people can walk up and over the bridge. So can you imagine what Monkey's going to do this time? He's not going to make it all the way to my feet because I am not that stretchy, but maybe you are. So press down through your feet, bring yourself into bridge pose, and then you can take your toy, and they can go for a little walk all the way up you and onto the bridge. And that's as far as my monkey can make it because my arms are not that long. Maybe yours are, Mr. Tickle. And then Monkey's going to turn round and he's going to come back down the bridge. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And he's going to come and sit onto the floor beside me. And then bring your hips down, settle them onto the ground. Take an easy breath. And then roll yourself over onto one side. And you're just going to rest onto your side for a moment. Take a breath into the back of your body. And then bring yourself up and to sitting. And we are just going to come into a butterfly sitting pose. So to do this, you take the palms of your feet, the soles of your feet together, so they become the centre of the butterfly, and your legs become the butterfly wings. So feet can be a little bit closer into you or further away. Try not to make your knees come to the floor. Try to keep your legs strong on both sides, but also let your butterfly wings open. So you can take hold of your ankles and you can make your butterfly wings have a little flap and a little fly, and you can go fly somewhere lovely. And then you're going to let your feet just settle. You're going to have one hand on your foot, other hand on the floor behind you. Twist yourself around. What can you see behind you? And bring yourself to the centre and to the opposite side. So nice stretch up and round. And then butterfly's going to have a little sleep. So you know that butterflies, before they become a butterfly, they start as a cocoon. So it's like a kind of maggot, really. But then the maggot goes into its like sleeping bag. So can you pretend that you are a little cocooned larva, which is the same as a maggot, or similar to a maggot, a little larva, and you've got your sleeping bag on. And then slowly you're going to wake up and you're going to spread your wings. You're going to come out of the cocoon and become a beautiful butterfly. And let your hands come rest onto your legs. And then we're going to do that one more time. So if you don't want to become a beautiful butterfly, you could become a moth. You could even become some form of dinosaur type thing if you would prefer. So head is resting down. You're making your back come down and down and down so that you're becoming like a little tiny cocoon. And then slowly bring yourself up and out of the cocoon. Spread your dinosaur or butterfly wings. Allow those colours to feel really vibrant. Monkey. And then let your hands rest onto your legs. So that is our yoga for the day. What we're going to do now is we're going to have relaxation. So you can stop here and you can do your relaxation right now, or you can go get a drink or a snack and then do your relaxation. So I hope you really enjoyed that, and I hope you have a good day, and I hope that you keep safe and happy and healthy, and that you do a little bit of your homework at the right time, or your homeschooling at the right time. So, bye. See you later.